In today's video, we're going to take a look at the hidden skills that are actually the ones that are going to get you hired. How many times have you been really, really frustrated feeling, I know that I can do this job, so why am I not getting hired? The thing is, it's not just about experience, it's about those hidden skills we've been talking about, but that employers actually rarely tell you about. So we're going to have a look at 5 hidden skills that could be holding you back and show you how to present them effectively in your CV or resume or at the interview. The first one is learning agility. You may not be familiar with this. You may be more familiar with dog agility, for example, but it simply means the ability to figure things out fast. So employers know that you're not going to know everything and they don't expect you to, but they want to see how quickly and how effectively you can handle unknown situations. So the way that you can make them aware of this is to share stories of how you taught yourself something or tackled a steep learning curve. So perhaps you taught yourself a new tool to meet a tight deadline, or you switched careers and picked up some more skills on the job, or perhaps you took on a project in an unfamiliar area and nailed it. So think of some of your own examples for this one. And the second one is emotional intelligence. And this includes 5 key points. So the first 2 are self awareness. So recognizing your own emotions and how they affect your thoughts and behavior. And then self regulation. So that's managing those emotions in healthy ways, being able to keep calm under pressure and being adaptable. And hopefully not getting too stressed out like the guy in the picture. And the next one is motivation. And that means wanting to achieve your goals for more than just the goal itself, more than the end result or the reward, but looking at goal achievement as growth and change for yourself. And then we have empathy, which is understanding and sharing the feelings of others and being sensitive to their needs and perspectives. This is really important when you're working with other people, perhaps in a pressurized situation. So whether it's an office situation or whether you're working with clients, all of this is very, very important. And similar to that are social skills, so building strong relationships, communicating clearly, and being able to solve conflicts and inspire other people. So these might not be things that appear in the job description, but they are things that the employers are looking for. Emotional intelligence matters a lot more than you might think, because teams want people who solve problems, not people who create them. So you can show how you resolved conflict, how you supported others, or worked with different personalities. So some examples are perhaps you calmed a tense client situation with empathy, or you might have mediated a conflict between team members, or perhaps you adapted your communication style to fit the audience. So think from your own experience and write down a couple of examples. And the next skill is resourcefulness. So this is something that's more important even than resources. So companies really value people who can say, I'll figure it out. So people who are prepared to look for an answer even when things are tough. So the way you can prove this is to highlight the times you delivered results, perhaps with very limited time, tools, or support. Perhaps you built a process from scratch when nothing existed. Or perhaps you obtained really good results with no formal training. Or you worked something out with a limited budget or support. And if you haven't done these in the job situation, you may well have done them in other areas of your life, for example, as a volunteer, as a student, or even as a member of a family. So if you haven't got work examples, come up with a few from other areas. And the next one is curiosity, not to be confused with nosiness. So curious minds create better solutions because it's curiosity that drives learning, innovation, and future potential. So you might talk about what you're reading, what you're building, what you're exploring, and it doesn't have to be within the work situation. It can be anything in any area of your life. And perhaps, for examples, you could say that you asked thoughtful questions when no one else did and actually found the answer to whatever the problem was as a result. Or you took an online course at home to learn something new. Or you explored a side project that taught you some real skills which you can now carry into your new job. So get some examples if you haven't got any. Go and learn something new. It doesn't have to take very long. The final hidden skill is the ability to follow through, which means finishing what you start. And this is really important. It may not seem like a really flashy skill, but it's very, very powerful. And because it means that employers will trust you, they'll trust you to get things done, which is incredibly important. Share examples of projects that you saw through to the end and deadlines you met. Perhaps you managed a project from kickoff to final delivery, or you achieved every milestone on time without having to be reminded, or you took control and delivered in a very difficult situation. And again, these don't have to be work related. A lot of them you could have done as a student or perhaps in other areas, such as hobbies, sports, and so on. Always remember that there's much more to you than your resume or CV. And the best candidates don't just list skills, they show them. In fact, listing skills is fairly meaningless if you just say, well, I'm a team player, I'm very well organized. I mean, that's your opinion, and you need to prove it. Anybody can say that. So focus on the hidden talents and traits that you have that make you really, really valuable. These are the strengths that set you apart in a crowded job market and show your potential because they show how you think, how you respond under pressure, or how you contribute beyond your role, showing that you're not just someone who's a job's worth and who clocks off at 5 o'clock or whatever time. These are the qualities that make people really want to work with you and to trust you with more responsibility, which is something that you really, really want. By identifying and showcasing your talents and skill and traits, you build confidence in yourself and help others to see your full potential, not just what's on your CV. Thanks for watching. For more tips, subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like me to talk about anything in particular, put a comment below and I will follow up on that. Thank you.